I gotta keep it down tonight. She don't know I'm going live. Hold up. She said no more Grandmaster J stuff. Shh. I'm coming right back. Hold up. Let me peek. Give me 1 second. Real talk. It's going to be a good show. Give me 1 second. I'm in the basement, so she shouldn't be able to hear me. Be very quiet. I'm hunting Jam Master, Grandmaster J's. Shh. Just give me 1 second. Let me just peek. Let me peek. Hey, my wife, she a part of the the Grandmaster J team, I guess, cause she like, I'm tired of hearing about some Grandmaster J and you yelling and giggling and all that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do one more show before the fake formation. Just one more. She ain't trying to hear none of that. So hold up, give me 1 second. This is some good stuff. I'm trying to tell you. This is some good stuff. Listen, family, I want y'all to share this. I want y'all to thumbs up. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Hey, my wife, she tired of this Grandmaster J stuff too. She, I hope, I hope, Grandmaster J ain't getting her ear. Hey, suppose Grandmaster J got in her ear. Now, sister. Now, sister, I want you to know that, sister, that you know, uh, your husband, he's been going a little bit hard, and no pun intended, uh, no homo, but he's been going a little bit too far with all of this. This I talked to Higgins. This I talk. This is Higgins talk. Y'all see when he talked to Higgins, he ain't talk to him like no Negro. He talked to his own people like they Negroes. But he talked to Higgins with that talk. Y'all hear it? He talked to him with that talk. Did. Uh, you know, uh, Now, sister, I know that you love your husband and all, and I just need you to get him to stop. And then here she come. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Won't you change the topic? Why all of a sudden she want me to change the topic? Hold up. Who got in your ear, woman? Let me. Did the Grandmaster get into her ear? Welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I'm not taking her advice. Nope. Stay right here. I'm not taking her advice. Nope. Now listen. She know this is a necessary thing got to be done, but she just tired of hearing it. It's kind of like that song on the radio that keep on being played over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. And actually, I agree. Let me tell you something. I actually agree with the detractors and my wife. It's a shame that in 2020, on this level, at this level of the game, when dealing with oppression, that I have to do, and not that I want to, but I have to do video after video after video after video after video. You know what I'm saying? video after video after video after video. At this stage of our journey dealing with oppression, it should be clear. It should be clear. We have enough history to go off of. You follow what I'm saying? We got enough history to go off of to determine what is real and what is not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who you are, whether you are descendants from Africa or descendant from Europe, or if you're indigenous. We have enough data to compare to see real from fake. And at this stage of the game, you know what I mean? At this stage of the game, it is a bit ridiculous. I'm agree with the detractors. It is a bit ridiculous that I have to show point after point after point after point, just like the brother we had on the show with his queen. You know what I'm saying? That was ridiculous. How he hand her the mic and she have to justify without any evidence. She's just going off of emotion. He going off of emotion. She going over emotion. Man, unbelievable. So I definitely agree. At this stage of the journey, all the years that we have been up against oppression, you know what I'm saying? All the years that we have been up against oppression, you feel me? And we still have to keep on redirecting the energy towards truth. What up, Brooklyn? We got to redirect the energy towards truth. It's a bit sad. I mean, it's a bit sad. It's a bit sad. That's right. And that's what we're going to go over tonight. Like you said, he was a turncoat when he talked to Higgins. It's a bit sad that we have to do this. And I agree with the detractors. Why do you keep talking about this? I agree with some of the Moors. I delete your comment because you're not bringing nothing relevant to the conversation. But I do agree with you when you give me them comments. Let me tell you something. I got a filter on the comment section just so it don't get clogged up with emotional rants, cussing out, and all of that. And so I got a nice filter on there. And so I do get your comments, the Moors that say, Sinetta in the chat. That ain't Sinetta. That's a fake Sinetta account. Sinetta don't want to come over here. Sinetta, get on that hot seat. Sinetta, that's you? Is that you, Sinetta? Sinetta, is that you? Is that you, Sinetta? Sinetta, don't come over here. I got a whole new team over here today. These are a new group of brothers and sisters over here. Don't you play over here. They got something for you. Oh, yeah, they got something for you, Sinetta. That's right. Don't you come over here playing. That's right. Now, you come over here, you better be nice. Love Queen ain't gonna play with you. Sassy Bad AS Dragon ain't gonna play with you. NYC Riding is not going to play with you. I'm trying to tell you. So, Sinetta, if that's you, you better be cool. They not going. Hey, Sinetta, this is a different group here. This ain't them. This ain't them. This ain't the soft group from a year ago. You know what I mean? Nah, we didn't upgrade it. We got some thoroughbreds over here now. Come over here with that. Shout out to Sinetta. Do y'all know that Sinetta was my inspiration to do a channel? Real talk. And Sinetta, watching Sinetta taught me how to navigate through the nonsense and fight hard. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to come for Sinetta. Sinetta used to come for everybody. But Sinetta need to come over here and get this interview. That's what he need to do. You know what I mean? We need to get him over here so I can ask him the hard questions. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So let me say this. Let me say this. I can't have any distractions because I'm moving kind of late. But now I'm ready to bring the receipts out in just a second. But now I need everybody to 257 people in here, I need you to hit the thumbs up so we can get the algorithms going. I need you to do that for me. And then number two, I need you to press one. And then I'm going to dip for 1 second. I need you to press one if you remember Grandmaster Jay saying that he was not talking to police, he was not talking to anybody, and that they was going to stand towards the opposition or something that he said, but he said he wasn't talking to anybody. Give me 1 second. Now, I usually don't use the terms. I usually don't use these terms, family. What up, Sunny Boxing? I usually don't use these terms. You follow what I'm saying? But what I will do is I will use it for tonight. You know what I'm saying? I will use it for tonight. And with that being said, the term that I want to use tonight is if we can do it. Just for tonight, family. I'm not calling names, but just for tonight, I have to use this tent. This I gotta use it. I know, Glory, the pictures fell and everything because I was trying to rearrange my studio, Glory. But listen, I gotta use the term tonight. If there ever was a coon, I'm sorry, if there ever was a coon, and let me just explain something to you. Back during the time of slavery, unfortunately, there was some that was sneaky and they move like a raccoon. They snuck, they moved in the cover of darkness to snitch on people, to tell on the plans of escape. Southpaw Panther in the building, to tell on the path of escape. And they was just slick because a raccoon blends in with the darkness of night. You know what I mean? And this is the epitome. This is the epitome of a coon gone wild. And I'm sorry for my Moorish kin that know that sometimes we don't talk like that, but I'm not ridiculing without substance. Let's be clear. This is full of substance. It's full of substance. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. When I say a coon, I'm speaking to the behavior, not necessarily the individual, but to the behavior. You understand? I'm not saying like, this is not a mama joke. This is not a your mama joke. I'm speaking to the behavior. And in speaking to the behavior, the first thing that we got to start with, that wasn't Sinetta. That wasn't Sinetta. That was a fake account. I got him up out of here. And speaking to the behavior, family, let's start it off right. First of all, because he said that he was not talking to anyone. And let's be clear, he claimed to have talked to, and I want y'all to walk with me on this one. He claimed to have talked to, turn around, to Cameron, to the chief detective, the special prosecutor. But he wasn't talking to anyone. Listen to the people that he talked to. He talked to the chief prosecutor, Cameron.
right? He also claimed that he talked to the chief of police. In his own videos, he say this. Then he said he talked to somebody in the mayor's office. In his own videos, out of his own mouth, he said that. Then, and now he's talking to the congressman. Now listen to this. You can't even find one video where the Minister Farrakhan is privately, you don't got to agree with Farrakhan, let's be clear. You don't got to agree with Farrakhan, but you can't find one video where the minister has dialogued privately with these people. Whether he have or whether he hasn't, this guy is blatantly telling you who he is. Let me tell you something. Out of all the freedom fighters in the history of fighting for freedom in America, name just one leader in the course of March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 7 months, have been able to talk to Cameron, have been able to talk to the chief of police, have been able to talk to the mayor's office, has been able to talk to the congressman. Now, absolutely, it was the park director. But now, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. If it was legitimate, and he represent legitimate concerns, and he wasn't so wishy-washy, and he said, you know what? I am going to represent my people. Now he's going to come back and do this tomorrow. I'm going to represent my people, and I'm going to go to the top, and we are going to have a conversation. If he would say that, that would be different. You follow me? But he didn't say that. What he did was he came out, riled people up, saying he's not talking to any police. He said he's not talking to anybody in authority. He said, we here now. Where's the 3%ers? Where is this and where is that? He threatened the so-called white militias. He's threatened the police department. He said, bring your tanks. Now, the point that I'm making is, do I want this type of confusion to happen? Absolutely not. And don't nobody in their right mind should want this type of confusion to happen. But he put it out there, not me. You feel what I'm saying? He put it out there, not me. So because he put it out there, we have something to weigh it against. You follow me? I ain't endorsed by this, so I'm going to put this away. That's that good old kombucha. So we have something to weigh it against. So now he goes to, let's run it back real quick before I bring out these receipts. He goes to the Arbery situation and talk tough in front of the camera. Follow me? He talks tough in front of the camera. He begins his internet campaign to get people to flow with him. You follow me? Now, once he get people to flow with him, he begins to try to infiltrate the grassroots movements wherever the most popular oppression has happened. I'm walking, y'all. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. So he talked to Cameron, but still got no relief for Breonna Taylor or her supporters. What was the point? We still don't have no relief for Aubrey. So what was the point? Now he was threatened, per se, by Higgins, and this was the motivation to go to Lafayette, Louisiana. But what if I was to tell you, that this is all orchestrated? And if you have been following it like I have, you'll be able to see that it was all orchestrated. From the day that he jumped in front of that camera, walking up towards Ahmaud Arbery house, what if I tell you that was all a part of the program? I followed this enough to know that this was all a part of the program. If you haven't followed me from the beginning of covering this story, then you would not know, because you would not be able to see through the facade. It was all a part of the program. Somebody say it was for Vice TV documentary. No, I'm gonna show you what it was for as we get towards the closing of this presentation. It was for that too. Now, let me tell you something. The documentary was a byproduct of a more sinister plan. You understand what I'm saying? The documentary was a byproduct. Like, I'm going to sell the people out. I might as well make some more money in the process. I may as well. The documentary is chump change to what he's probably having coming in from parts of his bank account or stream of income that we would never know about. But don't worry about it. Only thing I want you to do is follow the trail. All right? That's what I need you to do. So first of all, let's deal with this. Let's deal with this first of all. Let's get started somewhere. Where do I start? We're going to get started somewhere right quick. This is where we're going to start. Let me shut this down and let's start here. We're going to start. Let me see. Oh, I messed up. We're going to start right here. I think we should start right here. All right. Now, this was reported in the newspaper. You follow me? So let's start right here. And I got my stuff all mixed up, so just work with me. Be patient. Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette Mayor, President Josh Guillory, Lafayette Parish Sheriff Mark Garber, and other local law enforcement officials held a press conference as a press briefing on Wednesday to discuss the upcoming protest. Again, remember, it's a protest. It's not a formation. It's not a resistance, not an armed resistance. It's a protest. How do we know? Let's follow it. The briefing focused on the Black paramilitary group, the Not Effing Around Coalition, or NFAC. They say the march. They say the march. This is a march. Will be to protest the shooting death of Trayford Pillion at the hands of Lafayette Police Department, as well as comments made against the group by Rep. Clay Higgins on social media. The NFAC has held several armed marches recently across the country, Georgia, and Kentucky. Now listen, when you understand media, you can understand that media plays a trick. Media does two things. Media can endorse as well as disqualify, as well as inform, all in one presentation. So one thing that is happening in this beginning paragraph, if I can break it down for you, one thing that's happening in this beginning paragraph, we got the opening. This is the setup. You see? This is the setup. The briefing is about they're discussing the upcoming protest. This is the setup. This is to get people out. This is to say that, oh, it's not dangerous. Now, NFAC have held several armed marches across the country. This is trying to give them some legitimacy. This is how you know they're on the same team. Do anybody know how to read between the lines? Anybody know how to read between the lines? Huh? Because when you, this is how the media works. The media works in such a way when they're on someone's team, they playing two sides to the middle. So they gotta please two different people. Now watch how this works. We're gonna read this demonstration, and I want you to watch how this works. Let me pull up the number 2. I think this is all right. So here we go. They working on both sides now. They got to endorse and leave room for disqualification too, but they not gonna leave much room. Garber said that the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office, the Louisiana State Police, LPD, and the Lafayette City's Marshal Office have been working together on extensive planning for public safety, just as they do with other events. The sheriff said that the agencies are working together to facilitate this event, just as they would do other events like festivals. You're not a threat doing no festivals. Parades, you're not a threat. To make sure that the community is safe while protecting the constitutional right of everyone in the parish. Like a festival, like a parade. Why do they think that this is like a festival and a parade? Because they already got the inside. This was already set up months ago. This is why Clay Higgins made the statement that he made. And I'm going to show you why he made that statement. According to Lafayette Consolidated Government, the NFAC plans to hold its march at Park Sans Souci, I may be wrong, Saturday at 4 p.m. He tells them the plan. LCG explains that the proper permits have been given for the march. Now, you tell me the last time that you've seen a freedom fighter tell you all the plans of the fight for freedom. I keep telling y'all that this is just a protest. You might as well get a sign. This is just a protest. This is not no armed resistance. What? This is the receipt? This is no armed resistance? Why are we so easily fooled? Why? How are we so easily fooled? How does that work? We are that easily fooled. We are that stupid. We thinking that this is an armed protest? When you look at the guy Silk that was on here, he really feel proud that people are walking with guns. No, this is just a regular protest. It's not an armed resistance protest. Absolutely. It's a protest as it relates to those with billboards. The gun becomes the billboard. The gun becomes the cardboard. The gun becomes the piece of paper. The gun becomes the piece of paper. They put the paper down and picked up the weapon, but they ain't gonna bust a grape. This is not no armed resistance. This is fugazi at best. This is what I've been telling people the whole time. This is no freedom fighter here. Family, this is not about your liberation here. This is not about no liberation for so-called black people. This is a joke. This is a mockery. This is a mockery. And you got the one guy that what's his name, locks and loaded. You got this guy. That's all he trying to do is sell paraphernalia. That's all he trying to do. You know what I mean? That brother was broke as a joke until he can ride with this. You know what I mean? And that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna capitalize off selling stuff, and then when they break up, they're gonna try to maintain that, because they're gonna break apart. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna break apart. They're gonna try to some people is gonna have factions. And remember that I said it here. They're gonna break apart. And some people are going to try to maintain some sort of financial hold. I mean, they're going to try to maintain some sort of financial hold. Because for some, like Locks and Loaded, he know Grandmaster Jay is fake. But when you broke, man, some people do anything when they broke. You see what I'm saying? So he's going to sell every Waganda paraphernalia he could. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, Locks and Loaded is about the money. That's it. He's about the money. That's it. And if you pay attention, you'll be able to see right through it. You'll be able to see it right through it. He's only sticking with Grandmaster Jay because it gives him a financial reward to capitalize on. Everybody has an interest. His is finance. Grandmaster Jay is working for the government. I don't care what nobody say anymore. Listen, why is it that he interfaces with government figures so frequently? Why is it? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I'm trying to tell you. Now, let me tell you something. I don't think anything is wrong with that if that wasn't your approach in the beginning. Listen, I don't feel as though that if a person feels as though that going the political route is the way to go, then just go that route. But the thing is, in order to move politically, you have to politicize your movement by the way of enlightening the people of how politics work. And then you take your numbers and you put yourself in position to be the man to make the decision. You don't appeal to the oppressor that's already in the position to continue to oppress. You just don't do that. You don't appeal to your oppressor not to oppress you. You don't do that. What you do is you organize your numbers, you politicize your numbers, and then you put yourself in the position to free your people. But you do not ask your oppressor to free you. You don't need to ask him to free you. You don't need to ask him to free you. If you got to ask somebody to free you, then you ain't trying to get free. You're just not trying to get free. You're just not trying to get free. Nobody, even if you use the political route, you use the political route to put yourself in power. You don't use the political route as a begging tool. It doesn't work like that. No group of people ever on the history of planet Earth ever got freed begging somebody to free him. But with that being said, let's go on to the next one. Now, here we go. Now, check it out. This is the nonsense that I've been telling y'all about right here. Guillory said that the group had applied for and received a foot race or parade permit, which is the same permit given to events like, look how they degrade them, like a dog parade held during Mardi Gras. I told you how the media do. Guillory said that the group had applied and received a foot race or parade permit. Look what type of example they give, which is the same permit given for events like a dog parade held during Mardi Gras. You see that? You see that? You see the innuendo that they put out there? You see that? This is how that European play with these clowns. Like a dog parade. Locks and loaded. He got locks of a poodle. Y'all remember? Y'all remember Coming to America, and he told his sister, "Let me hear you hop on one leg," and she started hopping, and then she said, "Arr, arr, arr." Like old dog parade. What type of example? Hold up now. This is what Guillory said. It's like a dog parade. Come on, man. Come on, man. Guillory said, so disrespectful because to me you're a mystery. I know people from your hood. You have no history. Never poked nothing, never popped nothing. Stop fronting. That's right. Cameron put you on. Higgins made you hot. Then you running around like you some big shot. DMX gonna be mad at this one. DMX gonna be mad with this. Where my dogs at? Stuck in the tree just like a cat. And I'm a dog and a rug and a rattle. What's that? Your worst nightmare. I take it right there. They treat him like a dog, man. They said, man, y'all think I made this stuff up? I didn't make this stuff up. Listen, that's what it say. It say clearly, you follow me? It say clearly that Guillory said that the group had applied for and received a foot race or parade permit, which is the same permit given for events, and an example, like a dog parade held during Mardi Gras. This is the freedom fighters. This is the freedom fighters. Huh? This is the freedom fighters. And people are going to spend their hard-earned money to go down there to have a dog parade. You could have did that in the park, right in your local city. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all think it's a game, man. These people insane completely. You follow me? Insane completely, like a dog parade, family. Let me see with this. Let's get here, family. So let's take it on back real quick, family. Grandmaster Jay made a statement that he's not a protester. That's what he said. Let me see if I can pull some of this stuff out, because that's what he said. He said he's not a protester. Give me 1 second. Let's look at it. He said he's not a protester. And because he's not a protester, it's only right that we see exactly what a protester is. According to that permit, he's only doing one or two things. He's having a parade or he's protesting. Because armed resistance, they just show up. They just show up. You follow me? You know what I mean? Armed resistance just show up. They do not come up there talking about, man, you got all them guns and you begging. You begging. I ain't saying, now listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's okay to have permits if you want to march and all that, but you said this.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I don't really care about all of that. Here's what I'm going to say to those people watching. This is the official position of the NFAC that we will not participate. No, do we find a reason to show up in Stone Mountain on the 15th. We are not demonstrators and we're not protesters, and we don't have to prove nothing to a bunch of people who didn't show up when they issued the threat to start with. So this is our position. So anybody who tries to go out there claiming they represent the NFAC, I'm saying it here publicly, no they're not, because I have sanctioned the entire NFAC to stand down, and we have absolutely nothing to do with what's happening on Stone Mountain. We've already
So now remember what happened is they went to Stone Mountain and they talked all this rah-rah talk. Then 4th of July came around. The Europeans, our militia came up there, was like, let's see what you bout it. If you bout it, let's get bout it. And he said, we're not showing up. Because see, that was real. You see what I'm saying? That was uncontrolled. No one could control that. You see what I'm saying? That was real. Them Europeans wanted to see was he bout it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wanted. They wanted to see. Listen, I ain't taking nobody's side, but they wanted to see was he bout it. And he knew that no one can control that type of fire right there. I mean, not the authorities, not the local, not the ones that they usher in from the local town. Nah, when they showed up, they wanted to see was you bout it. You came and yelled at a mountain. You said you was in their house. You say you was about that work. You want some smoke. But now they say, okay, we're going to come back on July the 4th. Let's meet there at the same time and see if you bout that smoke. He issued a statement. Well, we're not going up there. You understand what I'm saying, family? This is how it's orchestrated. He's able to navigate around certain particular, let me say, he's able to navigate around situations that are critically dangerous, if you will, because he already got the inside. See, that demonstration on July the 4th, they wasn't actors. They wasn't government. They were Europeans with government mixed up in there saying, come on, let's set it off. And he knew, he already got the word from them peoples. Like, no, we ain't got nothing to do with this one. This is not our people. Don't go out there. These are not our people. You know, the Europeans that control some of the militias like that, they said, like the ones like they control, what's the one, the 3%er guy, Angry Viking. See, Angry Viking, they get them calls. See, if you watch the video when Angry Viking was down there in Louisville, the police told Angry Viking them to leave, and immediately they left. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because they take orders from the police. I keep telling y'all, they both work for the same side. This is why Grandmaster J sent his people to speak to Angry Viking at Louisville, Kentucky. If y'all ain't seen that video, I'm going to show that on another show. He sent his people to talk to Angry Viking, and it got caught on tape that the guy that Grandmaster J sent to talk to the Angry Viking militia, he was up there talking about, it's not about you. It's not about, they pleading with these people. He's trying to hold his tough guy posture and posing, but he's really pleading with them to, like, we don't want to clash. We don't want no drama. We don't want no smoke. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, the brother with the dreads, he went up there on their side. You see, and this how they had them separated. Remember when in Louisiana, they said that they was going to burn down the courthouse. You follow me? They said they was going to burn. I mean, I don't know if it was the courthouse. Don't mark me on that. But they was going to burn down something. And so the Angry Viking now militia, they're waiting at that building. You feel what I'm saying? They're waiting at that building, but they in a safe zone. In that way, Grandmaster J, that they had another location. I'm telling you, family, they wasn't going to clash. So what happened was, just to make sure no firestorm would start, Grandmaster Jay sent his main man over there to talk to the angry Viking people. I'm going to tell that story at a later date. He sent to talk to the angry Viking people. And on that video, he's really pleading. He's really pleading to the European. And the European is actually sucking up to, like, well, no, it's not about you. We don't want police brutality against nobody. Both of them working for the same people. I mean, both of them working for the same people. And this is what y'all don't understand. If people really want to engage, it ain't going to be one talking about I'm protecting a building so it won't get burnt down. No, you go get busy. You go get busy. You know what I mean? And then the other one don't be on the other side talking about we in your house now on a mountain, but now you got time to play out this drama that you want to talk about, and now you talk about you don't want to engage. You don't want to engage? No, because what you want to do, you want to get people on the ground. You want to get people on the ground to engage when you're not around. That's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. You want to get people all caught up when you disappear and gone. That's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, family, I'm drinking this kombucha that got me had to use the restroom. So let me play this.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
I don't really care about all of that. Here's what I'm going to say to those people watching. This is the official position of the NFAC that we will not participate. Do we find a reason to show up in Stone Mountain on the 15th? We are not demonstrators and we're not protesters, and we don't have to prove nothing to a bunch of people who didn't show up when they issued the threat to start with. So this is our position. So anybody who tries to go out there claiming they represent the NFAC, I'm saying it here publicly, no, they're not, because I have sanctioned the entire NFAC to stand down, and we have absolutely nothing to do with what.
So now, I want you to remember where I put my pay. I want you to remember that this guy, he says that he wasn't going to talk to anybody. I need you to remember that. But then he goes right
into
into
issue. That is why another thing that we're doing is we open up dialogues. We're not being your buddy. We're not joining you. We're partnering with you. The same way the United States partners with countries that it really doesn't like. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
What does that mean? We're partnering with you. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. How does partnering with the police make sense of the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Listen to what he just said. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. One of the most elaborate tricks that is being perpetuated is the black identity extremist concept to round up so-called black people that is a potential threat to national security or possible the killing of one who could be potentially the revolutionary to free the people. So he says the statement, he said, we are partnering with the police because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So now I ask you, who is his enemy? Listen to the statement closely. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. You are his enemy. So-called black people are enemies of the state. You hear me? so-called black people, descendants from the inhabitants of Africa, are the enemy of the state. Listen to what he said. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. Just like China partner with its enemy. So he's going to partner with the police to annihilate his enemy. But who is his enemy? Now, let me play it again. I know y'all think I'm playing with these clips. And y'all think I'm playing with these clips. I need y'all to listen clearly. I need y'all to listen clearly. He's telling on this
issue. That is why another thing that we're doing is we open up dialogues. We're not being your buddy. We're not joining you. We're partnering with you. The same way the United States partners with countries that it really doesn't like. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You can't take that any other way. There is no other way you can take that. There is no other way. You cannot chop and screw that and flip that any other way. What enemy is he talking about? There is no other way to take that. There is no other way to take that. You cannot remix that. Listen to this.
So we had that model in effect. So they worked along with us. They resolved the issue. They did exactly what we had agreed on. I had an agreement with Major Gregory that if anything happened, him and I would split the authority, technically giving me the authority over the police department, temporarily.
You see how he remixed? He said him and the major splitting authority. And then he throw in over the police department. Now we know that's a lie. We know that's a lie. But listen to how thirsty he is to be a part of those people. Listen to how he's so thirsty. And you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see it in a minute. When he talks to Clay Higgins, he's just as moist as a gay boy in a cell full of booty bandits. Yeah, I said it. I'm trying to tell you. And I hope I didn't offend nobody, but I'm just saying he was excited. He was excited. Wait till I share this with you. This unbelievable how I have to, and I agree, it is ridiculous that I have to do this many videos in order to help wake my people up. Because when you look at brothers like Slick, I think that's his name, and his wife, and some of the people that came on the show, man, our people are gone. Our people are truly gone. And the world is looking at us like we are idiots. Because people with true intelligence around the world can watch this goofiness and say, man, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man, those blacks are really dumb. Those blacks over there in America, those African Americans, they're really dumb. Can't they see through this? Those blacks over there, I just don't understand. I just don't understand those blacks. Why can't they see through this clown? Well, so be it. Let's enjoy the show. Hey, babe, send a beer. Hey, babe. And it's unbelievable, man, that we move on that vibration of and I'm not saying us here. I'm just saying, if one of us lost, we all lost. But we moving on that sort of vibration. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable that we moving on that vibration. Now let me show you something. One of the main plans of Grandmaster Jay is right here. He's working for them people, but this is the ultimate plan. And I'm going to come back on you, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you some other stuff. But this is the ultimate plan of Grandmaster Jay. Let me tell you, it was to rile you up and then soften you up. To rile you up and then soften you up. That's what it was all about. And you'll be able to see in this video that I'm going to share in a few seconds that his whole mission was to rile you up and then soften you up.
I would hope that you and I could sit down, as you say, man to man, and find it within our perspectives to come to some.
Now stop. Now you notice he don't go into the N-word talk, the MF talk, talking to people like they children. He talks to the slaveholder with utmost respect. Utmost respect. But he talked to his own people like a dog. But now, that ain't my business. If they want to be talked and treated like a dog, that's on them. But I just thought that was an observation. But now check him out. He's back in political mode, and he's talking. And I'm not saying he should ever talk ignorant. I think he should always talk like this to whoever he's talking to, straight across the board. But listen.
I would hope that you and I could sit down, as you say, man to man, and find it within our perspectives to come to some form of a mutual agreement that will be beneficial to the both of us, because I do believe that we're all human and we make mistakes. That we atone for those mistakes, but we also remember that because we're both public figures, and you, sir, are very public as I am, that we have a responsibility to our constituents to allay any concerns and show that there is some potential of unity at some point in the future, if not achievable today. I think that you, being a sitting congressman, would agree with me that it is in the best interest of both our communities that you and I do, in fact, not only privately sit down from one soul to another, but that publicly we give some display that we have, in fact, met and have come to a conclusion that this is something we can get past, and that our people can begin to look forward to hope. I would hope that you would agree with me, Congressman.
I very much concur with you.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? That's what it's all about. Handing you over, softened up to the European, and he's going to say it's chess, not checkers. That's what he's going to say. He's going to say it's chess, not checkers. Let me tell you something. From the time that he marched down the road talking about Ahmaud Arbery, leading up till now, they know that his support is dwindling, but they gotta go along with the program. So that's why when you listen to the conversation with Clay Higgins, he literally endorses, in fact, as some sort of leader of our people. You understand what I'm saying? He actually endorses, in fact, or Grandmaster Jay as some sort of leader. Now, I'm showing y'all these clips, and I hope you can go back and listen to the whole video on OC the Great. I don't care if they get 1,000 views or 1,000,000 views. You should go back and listen to the full thing, because many people say that I'm slicing it and I'm this and that. But you should go back and check it out. Listen to Higgins endorse and
That was an understanding I think the world has clarified, myself being no exception to that, over the course of the last couple of weeks. And when it was made clear to me by others in my love and respect that they themselves had come to understand the nature of your character, and you convey some things that were very.
Let me stop right there. He says when it came to him, the love and respect from people who knew the nature of his character. See, they telling on him. Who knew the nature of this character. Who are these people? Who are these people, family? Don't tell me I'm crazy. Who are these people? Did y'all hear that? He said when it came to his attention, who he was and his character. See, many people, he thinks, Grandmaster Jay, I told y'all a long time ago that Grandmaster Jay think we dumb. And he think that those who are with him are not paying attention. Who knows his character? Jaleesa Williams, I don't know you from a can of paint. I wouldn't know nothing about your character. But I think you do got good character because you here with me on Morris World TV. This is the thing. This is the thing. As my brother Tatuan Media Works LLC says, why wasn't Congressman Higgins reprimanded? Why? These are questions that's normal questions. Somebody say Higgins don't want him to press charges for the threats. He's not going to press charges. Ain't nobody worrying about that. You ain't never seen nobody get charged for making threats, except for when the government come for you. You ain't never seen no citizen press charges for nobody making threats. Nah, this is all a setup. Higgins is supposed to come back and apologize. Then they're going to make up. And then he's going to act as if he's making moves for the people. He's going to act like he's making moves for the people. Now he get to sit in with his buddies. That was his buddies in private. Now they're going to be his buddies in public because he's going to say that he's working for the people. It's chess, not checkers. Now he don't have to hide no more. And as somebody said in the chat, Higgins said he thought it was someone in Houston, which was my bro that called in the other day. So he threw my brother in Houston under the bus. That's right, Jalissa Williams. You know we on the same page. So what I'm trying to tell you, what I want to tell you, family, and this is the last show before the fake formation, I'm telling you that this was all about to hand you over to the oppressor. And whether the oppressor be a person or a system, that's what this was all about. He was supposed to steal the thunder at every march, at every uprising, and say, I am the biggest and baddest one on the block. Look at our guns. Don't you want to join us? We have power. We have numbers. We have guns. Come on, so-called black people. Come on, young men. Come on, women. Come on, military. Everybody who own a gun, come on. And then slowly but surely, he's going to soften up everybody so he can now sit down and have a good time continuing to play the people. Real talk. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. You don't no one has to believe me, but that's what it's all about in the end of the day. And like we are so crazy that we don't even notice he will put the man, it's like Hollywood. They will put the conversation right into a movie and we still act like we crazy. Like we don't see what's coming. What's coming? One of the things that I know was coming is that they're about to do something about these guns. I tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that. And they going something about these guns in the hands of what they want to say black people. They gonna do something about these guns. You bet that. You bet that. That's the longer program. That's the longer program. That's about 2 years away from now. When they go into the database, when they go to the face recognitions from all these marches, they're going to go to the face recognitions. They're going to see who have felonies. They're going to see who is a threat. And they're coming to get you. About 2-3 years from now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to think you're safe. I done went on all these missions. You call them missions. You just went marching. And then one day, you're going to forget all about Lafayette. You're going to remember it, but at this day, you're going to forget all about that. And you're going to get that knock on your door. You ain't going to have no defense for yourself. Because at that point, Grandmaster Jay will be on some island sipping pina coladas. About 3 or 4 years from now. See, one thing about this oppressive system, it don't get you right in while you're in the midst of it. Nah, you ain't no threat. But you could turn, but you are a potential threat. So we need the facial recognition. We need what else they need? Your fingerprints. They probably got fingerprints, everything. You send them papers in. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, they need everything about you. That's right. That's right. Everywhere you go with Grandmaster Jay, you are definitely, somebody say, let me see. You are paranoid. You already got, you depend on them for everything. Brainy, you're not so brainy. Miss Brainy, you're not so brainy. In fact, I am far more independent than you would ever be, Miss Brainy. Brown chick. You're calling yourself a chick in 2020. So, Miss Brainy, unfortunately, your time here on the Moorish World TV program has come to an end, Miss Brainy. Yeah, Miss Brainy. Chick. Bye-bye. You get the Forrest Gump wave. Bye-bye. Bye now. You gotta go, Brady. You ain't so brainy. You're not so brainy making a comment like that. You don't know me. I could come on live from my phone and in my basement. I could live in the woods. I could be living off a generator. I could be living off the grid. You don't know me. Bye now. For talking goofy. Calling yourself chick in 2020. What sister called themselves chick in 2020? I mean, even though it's a YouTube account, that's the best you could come up with was Brady Brown chick. That's the best you can come up with. Is that a result of your best thinking? That of all the names that you could come up with, you could pick anything. You could be super creative. You could be super creative. You ain't even got to use the name mama gave you. You could be amazingly creative. And the best you can come up with is chick. You are a Grandmaster J supporter. I can tell. That's not so brainy. Chick. In 2020, you a chick? Come here, chick. Hey, you chick. Hey, chick. What's up with this chick? That's how that sound, though. That's how that vibration go. Hey, chick. Hey, you see that chick? Yeah. She's a Brady Brown chick, too. She's a Brady Brown chick, too. In 2020, you for real? You tripping. Come here, chick. You see that chick? Man, did I see her? But did you hear what she said? No, I didn't hear what she said. Well, you should have. She sure is a Brainy Brown chick. Get out of here. Bye now. Bye now. Get out of here with that foolishness. Come on here with that nonsense. I get you. She gonna hatch some eggs. I get you out of here with that foolishness. We ain't gonna play with you. I get you gone. See, I'm the people's grand sheep. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell it how it is. I think a lot of people be used to them Moors. They be too clean cut. You know what I mean? Them Moors be Sonny Boxing talk, they be really clean cut. Yeah, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is yeah, and we need to I'm gonna tell you how it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you how it is. I mean, I'll put you in timeout. I mean, get out of here. I mean, so anyway, so now let's see what this is. Did I do this one yet? I don't want y'all to see that one yet. This is when he got excited. Oh, he was in love. I mean, now, this European is so comfortable. Let me explain something to you, family. Don't take this lightly. But this Clay Higgins is so comfortable that he literally invites Grandmaster J to his home. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? He literally invites Grandmaster J to his home. Press 1 if y'all seen that. He's that comfortable. And y'all didn't see that? Y'all didn't see that? Well, you're going to see it tonight. He invites... y'all think it's a game. And these fools think ain't nothing wrong with that.
Word to us. So I'm willing to meet with you in my home, or I will come to where you are by myself. Normally I have staff drive me, but the Lord put it on my heart to offer to meet with you anywhere, in any way, including in my home in Lafayette on Saturday, if you would be willing. And I will be heavily armed with 1,483 words.
You see that? He said that normally I have my staff, but you can meet with me in my home, or I can come to you where you are by myself. He's shaking his head as if that's some sort of accolade. Thinking that's some sort of accolade for a freedom fighter. That is nothing to be proud of. that one who said they're going to kill, whether it was you or one of your brothers, that all of a sudden, that 2 weeks later, now they talk about them, invite you to your house, and you snickering and jiving, shucking and driving. That's what I meant by coon. That's what I meant by coon. Now, that really didn't feed his ego. He already knew that was coming. He knew that was coming. That was an act. He thinks that's the natural response, but that is not the natural response of a true freedom fighter. That was an act. That did not feed his ego. He knew that was coming, and he thought that was an appropriate response for the looker. Like in his mind, in his small little mind, in his small mind, he think that the observer is going to be like, whoa, they want to meet with Grandmaster Jay. Whoa. And so in order for him to play it out, he got to go. He got to do the whoa action so the people that's viewing it can also have the whoa action. But we know better. We are more intelligent than that. A true freedom fighter would be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, I see you on the front line. A true freedom fighter would say, whoa, I see you on the front line. Come on now. And that's what? That's right, Karen D. That was the expectation. So his followers can look at that as a come up. They so rocked to sleep, they don't even see that they've been in cahoots. That the threat that he made was legitimate threat to get them to Lafayette in order to close out the program at this stage. Now, there's going to be another stage. There's going to be another stage. But I'm telling you, listen, this guy is a master manipulator. I want to tell you this, family. He's a master manipulator. And so, like I said, he thinks that the expected response would be, whoa, whoa. And so he gives that reaction to encourage the whoa. It's kind of like this. If anybody over 40, you should remember when sitcoms used to come on TV. They were 30 minutes on TV. I Love Lucy. What else? Sanford and Son, Three's Company, and all that. And if anybody remember, if they didn't have a live studio audience, they would have fake laughing and clapping. Anybody remember that? Why did they have fake laughing and clapping? So they can encourage the audience just to giggle a little bit. Because when you hear laughing, sometimes it triggers laughing. You understand? So you can hear the fake studio, you can hear the fake audience. You see what I'm saying? And so back in the day, if you remember, they would say with a live studio audience because they knew sometimes the audience wasn't live and they had the button laugh. They had the button laugh. And that laugh, the button laugh would encourage the viewer to laugh. You follow me? And so because he know the psychology, see, this fool is not such a total fool. He's wickedly wise. So he knows that if he go, whoa, 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 what'll happen is the people watching would respond with, whoa, woo, whoa, woo. You see? This is the fact of the matter. This psychology 101. All you have to do is encourage a thought. It's no different. It's no different than with the radio. You know what I'm saying? They keep playing a song over and over and over and over and over and over. And what'll happen is people will start to singing a song that they don't even like. You follow me? They would start singing a song that he don't even, I remember that demonstration. Racks on racks, racks on 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 racks on racks. I'm like, man, this brother stop saying racks on racks on racks. I started saying it one day. Racks on racks on racks, racks on racks on racks. I'm like, man, I'm singing this song too. Y'all remember that song? That brother came out with that one-hit wonder, racks on racks on racks. I was doing like this too. I'm like 40 years old doing like that. Racks on racks on racks, racks on. Hold up, what I'm doing? I'm at the light. That demonstration come on. I'm like, yeah, racks on racks on racks, racks on. I'm like, man, I better go and get this work done. I ain't got no racks on no racks. See what I'm talking about? But that's how it works. I'm trying to tell you, he understand these things. Y'all think it's a game. You know what I mean? But let me say something, family. I ain't finished yet. I'm almost, but I ain't finished yet, family. You know what I'm saying? This guy is a master manipulator. And I want you to know that, you know. And here is the manipulation at its finest. And this shows you what it was all about. This shows you what it was all about at the end of the day, family. I'm telling you, y'all don't have to believe me. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this portion of the conversation. And then we're going to chill out until maybe Saturday night. And then we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happened. But we already know that he already partnered. He already partnered with, he talked to Cameron and ain't nothing happened. You know what I mean? But now check.
At some point in the future, if not achievable today. I think that you, being a sitting congressman, would agree with me that it is in the best interest of both our communities that you and I do, in fact, not only privately sit down from one soul to another, but that publicly we give some display that we have, in fact, met and have come to a conclusion that this is something we can get past and that our people can begin to look forward to hope. I would hope that you would agree with me, Congressman.
I pretty much concur with you. It's almost like I wrote what you just said. So I believe, you know, quite frankly, that even when gentlemen of solid core principles disagree, we still find the very common thread that weaves us as children of God together as one and as equals in the eyes of God, that we are men of principles, and when we take
Y'all see that? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? And anybody who thinks that this is not orchestrated and has been orchestrated, you crazy. There is no European that will come and be that comfortable after being, you know what I'm saying, after being so malicious as well as undertoned or underlined racist. It doesn't happen like that. It just does. This is the real world. You know what I'm saying? This is the real world. And if we think for one moment that this guy just got comfortable with this European, with that phone call, you're crazy. You're crazy. They orchestrated this. This is pre-planned. That threat and all of that was pre-planned. And then they throw it on my brother Roy Kim. They throw it on him, say, "Oh, I thought you was a group in Texas." No, you didn't. Because you're on the first video, you say, "Give us Texas." No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You followed this just like anybody else. I mean, but he gonna say, "I thought you was a group in Texas." Because guess what? They tried to throw my brother away, but he was too smart. He was able to overcome. And he know that they put it on my brother in Texas, but did he say anything? He's not going to say anything. You feel me? He's not going to say anything. At the end of the day, this Grandmaster Jay, I mean, he is ready to turn over the reins to the European. That's what he's ready to do. Let me see if I showed this one yet before I get out of here. So, family, we're going to watch this. We're going to watch this on Saturday, and I'm telling you what it's all about. I'm telling you what it's all about. You don't have to believe me. You don't. It's up to you. If you feel as though that this brother is legitimate, then go in with it. Go in with it. But I'm telling you, there is not one freedom fighter. You know what I'm saying? There's not one freedom fighter who moved on this vibration. There is not one. You can't name one. I mean,
I really admit that I didn't get it. I mean, I wasn't tuned in to the level that some Americans were about what NFAC was and the type of gentleman that you are. That was an understanding. I think the world has clarified, myself being no exception to that, over the course of the last couple of weeks. And when it was made clear to me by others in my love and respect that
he said it was made clear to him by others whom he loved and respect. Who are these people? Who are these people? This how we doing it? This is how we doing. This is how some type of freedom is going to be achieved. But now, let me close out with this one.
Y'all don't know what's going on up in here. So,
Now what it is, this is a part of the act too. Like I say, he wants to give off the impression that he have achieved something that is unachievable for anybody that is freedom fighting. In other words, he was able to grab the attention of a congressman, when in fact, they were always on the same team to begin with. Check them.
y'all don't know what's going on up in here. So, y'all remember the movie Get Out? Remember Get Out? Y'all remember the movie Get Out? Oh, hell no. In case y'all were wondering, that was Congressman Clay Higgins calling to extend the olive branch, and to say he will come to the formation as a show of goodwill. This is after a sitting congressman said that he would kill me and 10 of my members of the NFAC. Y'all ain't been paying attention to the story. It's been slowly getting worse. We're in new territory, people. You all have to understand what you're witnessing. A sitting congressman has had to apologize to Black Power.
And y'all believe that. And y'all believe that. That was all an act, family. That was all an act. And that will conclude his campaign on this leg of him being an agent. That concludes on Saturday. That will conclude. That was the closer Let me tell you something, family. There is no congressman, there is no lawyer, there is no person of intelligence would call Grandmaster Jay or anybody for that matter and put themselves out for scrutiny by the way of social media and a cell phone conversation. The official way was, and still is, you put out an official statement. You put out an official statement. That's the official way. But because this is a social media circus, and this is the way the plan must go. You follow me? This is the way the plan must go. Because it's for social media. It's for social media. The official way. I would like to put out a statement. And you put out a statement of apology and you keep it moving. You don't call nobody personally. That's the official way. So that phone call, somebody say he did it today. I got you. But that phone call was specifically designed for social media. That's why he did all the talking. In fact, he was talking to not Grandmaster Jay. He was talking to the constituents or the social media people that follow Grandmaster Jay to endorse Grandmaster Jay in such a way that now he can control the narrative in more of a more, I guess you would call it a more sneaky way, if you will, because now he can be around these people and he say, listen, let's listen to the endorsement again. Listen, you know what I mean? I'm working with these people. This is chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? I'm at the police station, but you know what I mean, I'm trying to make sure that our people don't get abused by the police. This chess, not checkers. You follow me? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We already know Clay Higgins endorses NFAC. So
that was an understanding. I think the world has clarified, myself being no exception to that, over the course of the last couple of weeks. And when it was made clear to me by others in my love and respect, that they themselves had come to understand the nature of your character, and you convey some things that were very impressive to me, just as a man, regarding your calm, poised approach to this very volatile situation. It's not just Lafayette, it's our nation needs healing right now. So somehow,
y'all see that, family? If y'all think that this guy is your representative, and if anybody follow him, think that he's their representative, they crazy. They crazy. That's just what it is. They just lost their